शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते। नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभो विष्णवे। लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Om Namo Venkatesaya. My pranams everybody. So today we are starting chapter 7 of the Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagavan is talking. This chapter 7 is called as Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So Bhagavan is going to say that in the second shloka itself. So you'll see what this Jnana and Vijnana are. Then among the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, 7th and 8th chapter are said to be the heart of the Bhagavad Gita. So even if one doesn't have the time to read and understand the 18 chapters, chapter 7 and 8 are very critical, are very important, these adhyayas of this Bhagavad Gita. So let's go into the chapter 7 as such. Shloka
Namaste,
number 1.
Guruji.
Yes.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ सप्तमोऽध्यायः ज्ञान विज्ञान योगः। श्री भगवानुवाच मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगं युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु.
So now Bhagavan in the 7th chapter on his own, even Arjuna did not ask for it, Bhagavan on his own is giving this, going to give this knowledge of this Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So that's what he's saying. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Blessed Lord said, Mayi Asakta Manaha, O Partha, O Pratha's son, O Kunti's son, Mayi Asakta Manaha. That means Mayi in me. Asakta Manaha means one who has got his mind united with me. So that means thinking about the Bhagavan. So mind in Bhagavan himself is called as Mayi Asakta Manaha Partha. Yogam Yunjan Madashreya. Madashreya. That means taking me as as your support. That means Bhagavan is being taken as the support. A person who does that Yogam Yunjan, it's the chapter 6 of the Dhyana Yoga. A person who is performing this Dhyana Yoga, Yunjan, that means he's been performing this Dhyana Yoga, and also he has kept his mind in Bhagavan as such for that person. Ashamshayam samagrammam yadanyasasi tachrunu. So that means Ashamshayam means without any doubt. Samagrammam, that means my completeness. That means the whole Swarupam of Bhagavan, the completeness, what you wanted to know. Nyasyasi, that means you wanted to know, or what you wanted to know about me completely. Tachrunu, I'm going to give you that, so please listen to that. So even Arjuna did not ask for it, but then Bhagavan on his own, because Bhagavan, this Upanishad says, Katha Upanishad, Nayamata na pravachanena labhya. That means this Atma cannot be got by, listening to the giving pravachanas or listening to na bahuna shrutenava. That means listening to it many number of times. Yameva vrinite tena labhya. That means whoever the Bhagavan chooses, only that person get this, the Bhagavad Swarupam, Bhagavad knowledge. So that is the Bhagavan will decide. Of course, he doesn't decide by random, no. So people are all born on this particular date. I'm going to give that knowledge. His choice of that person is dependent on to the extent. That's what Bhagavan is giving in this first condition. No? Why he is giving this knowledge is a person who has devoted his mind into himself. That is a person who are devoted to Bhagavan as such, and also are constantly practicing this, Dhyana Yoga. So because of that, Arjuna, I'm so much pleased with you, and I'm going to talk about myself. What is my nature? Assumption, without any doubt, I'm going to give it absolute clarity, and then full completeness. Samagram is complete. So almost completely, I'm going to talk about myself, my true nature, which you wanted to know, and therefore I'm going to give that knowledge. Please listen to it carefully. That's what Bhagavan says. So the first sloka Bhagavan is saying, I'm going to disclose by nature my knowledge about me completely to you. That's what Bhagavan says in the first sloka. Let's move on to the second sloka.
Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vaksham yasheshataha yajñātvā neha bhūyōnyat ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
So Bhagavan says, this is the knowledge that all of us have to know. That's what he's saying. The second line, if you look, Yajñatva, having known this knowledge, na iha bhuyaha anyatu jnatavyam. That means in this world, iha in this world, bhuyaha, again, jnatav, anyat, and any other knowledge, jnatavyam, is that having known this knowledge, there is nothing else that you need to know in this world. So that means he's saying this is the most important knowledge that all of us should have. You know, a person who is is an engineer, he doesn't know, they need to know anything about medicine. Similarly, a person a doctor need not know about engineering or accountancy. An accountant need not know about engineering or this medicine. So each one has got their own specialized branches of knowledge. But then there is one thing which is common, which all of us will have to know. That means whether it is an engineer or a doctor, whether it's a male or whether it's a female, whosoever it is, whether it's there's a Brahmana or Vaishya, whosoever, whichever Varna he belongs to, whichever caste he belongs to, whichever language he belongs to, whichever nation he belongs to, whichever ethnicity he belongs to, all these people, everybody should know this knowledge. That's what Bhagavan is saying. Having known this knowledge, there is nothing else, Arjuna, you need to know in this world. So having got this knowledge, this is the ultimate treasure. And having known that, you don't have to worry about anything. I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know that, nothing. You don't have to worry about anything else. This is the supremacy. Bhagavan is talking about the supremacy of this knowledge. Yajñatva na iha bhuyaha anyati jnatavyam avasishya. That means there's nothing left over. That means having known that there's nothing else that is left over that for you to know about it. So what is that he's going to talk about? He's saying jnanam te for you. Aham, me, I'm going to give this knowledge. What is that? Vakshyami, I'm going to say this knowledge. Aseshataha, without leaving anything behind. So I'm not going to hold something and then give you only a few portion of that. I'm going to tell you completely. Aseshataha means without leaving, and that means completely. I'm going to give you this knowledge completely. What is that? Idam, this knowledge. Jnanam sa vijnanam. So I'm going to talk about this knowledge. Knowledge is about this knowledge, about this Bhagavad Swarupam. Sa vijnanam. Along with vijnanam means the practical aspects of the anubhavam. That means one is giving the speculative knowledge. That is, this is what it is, this is what it is. This Brahma Vidya. Second is also the Savijnana. That means the Yogam. That means how to perform that so that you are able to get that goal or something like that. So that's why Gita is Brahma Vidya as well as Yoga Shastra. So like that, Bhagavan is going to say, I'm going to give this knowledge, the Brahma Vidya. At the same time, I'm also going to talk about the means of achieving that. So that means you will be able to achieve the goal and therefore remain in that goal. Savijnana. Vijnana means Viseshanyana. That means special knowledge. I'm going to give the special knowledge by which you will be able to abide in that, that knowledge which I'm going to talk about that. So he's going to give both the knowledge, jnanam and savijnana. Example, this all these women who don't teach their the daughters about cooking and all, they'll say, once she gets married, she will know about it. Why should I trouble her now? So when they leave that, when they get married, so all these people in at least in the South India, they give a book called this Meenakshi Samayal. It's a very famous book written by one of the person called Meenakshi. So it contains the the cooking recipes, how to cook and all those things. Everything is completely contained in that. So, but then when the daughter goes and then starts cooking, there will be certain subtle aspects of it. For example, it will say, supposing let's say dosa. In fact, Swami Chinmayananda used to jocularly say, why is it called dosa? Because once you put into that this batter into that tawa, it first creates its own sha. Then once you again turn it around and put it again, it gives another sha. No? So that's a dosa. So that's why you used to say dosa. Anyway, jokes apart. So this dosa, so she will prepare in detailed manner how to prepare the batter and all those things. Then she will say you put it onto that the tawa. Then after some time you remove that, take out that and then reverse it. After some time, this girl will not know how. What should be the what should be the things that she should look for to turn it from one place to another. So then, if she doesn't understand it, then she cannot be successful. Similarly, Bhagavan is going to have jnanam savijnanam. Jnanam is that the book, that Samayal, how to cook. That is the jnanam. Then how to apply that knowledge in terms of cooking is that called vijnanam. That's what Bhagavan is going to talk about, both jnanam and vijnanam. So Bhagavan is going to talk about jnanam savijnanam. That's what I'm going to give that knowledge to you without completely, Arjuna, because you are very close to me, you are my bhakta. And this, having known this knowledge, it is so supreme that you don't have to know anything else in this world. So that's what Bhagavan says, give that assurance to Arjuna. So let's move on to Sloka number 3.
Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschidhyatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschinmam veti tattvataha.
Even though this knowledge is supreme, Bhagavan says, because of the Maya, how many people come near it? That's what he's saying. Manushyanam sahasreshu, among thousands of people, kaschit, only one, yatati siddhaya. That means yatati means he's taking efforts. That means a person is putting efforts, siddhaya, for attaining the moksha. Siddhi means ultimately reaching the Bhagavan's abode. So among thousands and thousands of people, only one person. So that is the the power of this Maya in this universe is, we also know we want to give this Vishnu Sahasranam to so many people, but then how many of them come? Because not many people not even know that there is something called Vishnu Sahasranam. So that is the power of Maya. So again, Bhagavan says, Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschit Yatati Siddhaye. So among thousands and thousands of people, only one person is at least wanting to put his efforts towards reaching this moksha. Again, the second line, Yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattva. Even among the people who are putting those kind of efforts, siddhanam, for the sake of achieving the goal or the moksha, kaschit, only one or maybe one or two people, mam veti tattva. That means only one or two persons know my true nature, Bhagavan says. So that's what Bhagavan is saying. That's why he's saying the importance of, Bhagavan. Unless Bhagavan himself gives that knowledge, it will be very difficult for people to, read from books and understand what the true nature of Bhagavan himself. So that's why he's saying there are thousands, and among thousands and thousands of people, only one or two people put their effort to even come near moksha. That itself is difficult. Among the people who put such kind of efforts, there is only one or two who truly know my nature. That's what Bhagavan says, true nature. That's what he's going to talk about in this particular adhyaya, this chapter. So that's why he's saying it is so important for you to know that, because it's very difficult for one to understand if one tries to do on its own. So that's why, in this this on the path of spiritual evolution, it's always better to take the guidance of a guru or the Bhagavan as such. If you start doing it on your own self, through your own self, you may have millions and millions of but definitely you'll not come very closer to Bhagavan as such. That's the need for importance of a guru as well as or the Bhagavan as such. That's what Bhagavan is trying to say. So thousands of people may, among the thousands of people, very people come near the spiritual path. And even among the people who are following the spiritual path, only very few know about my true nature. That's what Bhagavan is saying. That's sloka. Let's move on to the fourth sloka.
Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kham mano buddhireva cha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakrutirashtadha.
First, Bhagavan is talking about his prakriti. So, my prakriti, that is the lower nature. That is the prakriti. That is this, this other than the jivatma. That is all prakriti. Ashtada, that means it is binna prakriti ashtada. Binna means it is divided. Binna means fraction. That means it is divided into ashtada. It is split into 8 portions. Ashta means 8. So my lower nature is split into these 8 portions. What are the 8 portions? Bhumihi means the earth. Apaha is water. Analaha is Agni, fire. Vayuhu means air. Kham means that Akasham. So that means the Panchabhutas. Bhagavan is talking about the Panchabhutas. So of course, in terms of the evolution, the first thing that came out was this Akasha. Akashat Vayuhu, Vayor Agni, Agni Rapaha, Adbi Prativya, Prativya Voshadhya, Voshadebhyo, Annam Annat Purusha. That's what the Upanishad says. That means the first thing which created from among the Panchabhutas, which came was the sky, Kham. And from that sky came the Vayuhu, the air. From the air comes the Agni, and then from the Agni comes water, and from water comes this Bhumi. Not only the Panchabhutas, all the 5 Tanmatras associated with this Panchabhutas also is Bhagavan's Prakriti. Tanmatras are the qualities. The quality of the earth is smell. The quality of water is taste. The quality of Agni is Rupam, vision. The quality of Vayu is sense of touch. And the quality of this Akasham is Sabdam. So that means the Sabdam, Rupam, Sabdam, Sparsam, Rupam, Ruchihi, and then this Gandham. These are the 5 Tanmatras of the Panchabhutas. So Panchabhutas along with the Tanmatras. Buddhihi means that intellect. Manaha means the mind. The mind along with the sense organs, as well as the buddhi, all this the intellect, as well as the ahamkara. Ahamkara means Bhagavan. It's called as Mahat Tattvam in this. People who read this Bhagavatam or Srimad Narayan will know about that. So from the Bhagavan came the Mahat, from Mahat came the Prakriti, from Prakriti Mahat, from Mahat came Ahankaram. Ahankaram split into 3 portions: Sattva Ahankaram, Rajo Ahankaram, and Tamas Ahankaram. From that, all this, the sense organs, everything came. That's how the whole creation started. So Bhagavan is saying these are the 8 natures, my natures. May means my divided natures. My divided natures of my divided 8 natures are the bhumi, that is that earth, water, fire, air, and then the sky. Buddhi, the intellect, the manas, the mind, the intellect, as well as the hamkam. These are the 8 principles of the prakriti that come out, that came out of me. That's what Bhagavan is saying. So let's continue the discussion tomorrow. Vasutam devam kamsa chanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum sarvam Shri Krishna arpanamastu. Krishna 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 Krishna.